Hello, I'm going to go through this algebra math practice with you. And this should all be review, but sometimes we forget how to do the basics of algebra, even when we're in higher level classes. So we're just going through the very basic order of operations, how to move numbers around so we can find our missing variable, right? Solve for x. So let's go through a couple of these. I'm going to do number one. 5x equals 15. So how do we get x by itself? I have to get rid of this 5. So I'm going to do the opposite. So if I'm timesing by 5, I'm going to divide by 5. And I have to do the same thing to both sides. These cross out. X equals, hopefully you don't need a calculator, 15 divided by 5 equals 3. Okay. And that's the thing, we want to get used to the order of doing these things. So I'm going to jump over to 6, and we have x over 3 equals 6. So now, again, we want to get x by itself. How do we do that? Well, I'm dividing by 3, which means to get rid of it, I have to multiply by 3. Got to do the same thing to both sides. Now, remember, there's different ways of doing this. They all end up actually being the same thing. This is just one way that I'm showing you. These cross off, x equals 18. All right, so easy start. Let's check the second page and see if there's some we can do here. Let's look at number 11. Got some kind of unusual numbers there, got a decimal, which is fine. Still works the exact same. 76.5 divided by x equals 9, okay? Now I gotta get x by itself. So again, there's different ways of doing this, cross multiplying, but I'm just going to show you the same method we've been using. If I'm dividing by x, I can also multiply by x as long as I do it to both sides. These will cross out. I'll get 76.5 equals 9x. Now, I want to get rid of this 9, so I'm multiplying by 9. I'll divide by 9 on both sides. And that will leave me with x equals whatever 76.5 divided by 9 is 8.5. And remember, you can take this number and put it back into your equation and see if it comes out properly. Okay, let's jump down to number 16. 16, we have the same stuff, but I have a couple of more numbers here, right? I have 2x plus 8 equals 14. So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of this 8. I'm going to move it over to the other side. So I'm doing the opposite. So instead of adding 8, subtracting 8, I do it to both sides. These go to 0. That's 2x equals, let's see, is that 6, right? 14 minus 8 is 6. Now I'm back to what I had done on the previous page. 2x, I can get rid of that 2 by dividing by 2. Divide both sides by 2. X equals 3. All right, and we're just doing these same steps over and over. Let's do one more. We'll do 26. X divided by 3 minus 5 equals 3. So I want to get rid of this minus 5 first, so I'm going to do the opposite. Add 5 to both sides. Those cross out. X over 3 equals 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. Now I'm going to get rid of that 3, so x is by itself. Instead of dividing by 3, I'm going to multiply by 3. Multiply both sides by 3. X equals, what is that, 24, right? 8 times 3 is 24. I could put 24 back into this equation, and it should come out to 3. Okay, do the rest like this. Should be fast. Again, it's just review. Hopefully this helps.